So I wanted to hop on here really quick for you guys so that you guys could actually have a productive Sunday moving forward, right? So that you guys could actually start winning the week, right? So this is the Sunday reset checklist that if you don't know already, you could probably save this based off the video. But this is where Sundays are your days where most people like to kind of like do, or most people like to do too much chilling, right? But like when you do too much chilling, what oftenly happens is you actually start to set yourself up for failure, right? So if you use your Sunday strategically, right, intentionally, you actually get to use this day, right, to set up your whole week ahead, right? We have a long week ahead, right? But sometimes oftenly it doesn't feel long as you can set your day to day, right, to follow this whole next week to ensure that you are actually going to succeed, right? So I'm going to walk you guys to five main things that are very, very important, right, to ensure that you actually have not only your things in check for yourself, but mentally up here, you want to be ready for the week, right? So this is how we do it, right? The first thing is, right, Sundays are to sharpen the blade, right? This is where you win the week. Sundays are the best days. These are the best days to get reconnected with who you are, right? So the first thing you want to do, the first thing we want to do, because I do this as well, right, is I want to actually reset my body, right? I reset my body, right? And when I say reset my body, like I put myself in a position where I actually just I don't even hit the gym, right? I don't hit the gym, right? Or if I do, I'll just go do some cardio, go stretch out. As you guys see here, we do a 30 to 60-minute walk, right? You can go outside. It doesn't have to be the gym, right? You can go outside, go to the park, just go take a walk, right? Stretch out areas, right? If you're tight somewhere, just go stretch out. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy, guys. Today is a day where you don't want to be lifting anything crazy. You don't want to be doing too much, right? You want to lower your threshold, right, where you're currently at throughout the week, so that today is more of a day of like, all right, it's a chill day, but it's a day to get you moving forward, right? So the three bullet points here, we got 30 to 60-minute walk, light cardio, mobility, stretch any areas that are tight. You know exactly what's tight, what's not tight. That's all up to you. And then hydrate and eat like an adult, right? Like we have to eat, right? Today is, I mean, some people use today as cheat days, whatever it is, but just make sure, be intentional with what you're eating. Make sure that it's something that's gonna make you feel better about yourself, make you actually, because the foods that we put in our body, right, it connects with our mental, right? So if our gut feels like shit, right, our mental's gonna feel like shit, and then therefore everything else we're not going to want to continue work, right? We're not going to want to actually start moving the needle forward because we feel so like disgusting inside, right? So that's number one. Reset your body, very important. Number two is review the past week, right? All emotions aside, we all know, right, from the past week what went well, right? What was I avoiding, right? What actually helped me move forward, right? So, what actually moved the needle forward, right? All emotions aside, you got to be real with yourself, right? What actually moved the needle forward? What did you waste time on, right? How much time did you actually waste scrolling? How much time did you actually waste spending time with people that didn't move you or made sure you actually were helping elevate, right? Like, how much time did you waste on that? And where were you avoiding discomfort, right? And when I say discomfort, where were you, right, when you needed, right, to do something, but you didn't do it because it felt so uncomfortable, but you knew that that act and you doing that was actually going to move you forward. Where did that happen, right? Realize it, right? Realize where that happened at and come up with a plan to make sure that you could actually hit it this time around, right? Instead of avoiding it, right? Three, plan the week like a weapon, right? And when I say plan the week like a weapon, right? We all need a goal in mind, right? Like, of course, we all want to have, we want to have this whole checklist done, right? But in reality, like, go into the week, right? And it's like, all right, by Saturday, I want to have this done, right? I want to be proud of myself for doing this one act, right? And that could be anything. Like, it could be a goal that is like, all right, I'm gonna stay on my meals, right, until Saturday, right? Throughout the whole week, I'm not cheating, I'm not binging, I'm not doing anything. That's my goal for the week, right? Let's check that off, right? Let's see how that's gonna make us feel, right? In terms of just internally, physically, mentally, let's just get that win for the week. It could be that, right? Let's just make it very simple. I'm gonna stick to my meal plan for the rest of the week, right? Or it could be like I'm gonna make sure that I hit my training sessions for the week for you, right? Or it could be like I'm gonna make sure to call this one family member that I have not called, right? It could be that. It could be, guys, it could be very simple, right? But it could be like have that one main goal, right, that you want to achieve, right, to ensure that you actually are building this momentum so that you could win, right? It's all the small little things that actually force you forward. Everybody thinks that you have to have these big like goals, right? Like it's very subtle, very small that actually leads to these bigger and compounds to these bigger achievements, right? So on top of that, let's do schedule key sessions and main priorities. Like what's throughout this whole week, what's a priority for you, right? What's going to be something that's going to move the needle forward for you, right? And schedule these things out. Like, if the gym is going to be a priority, like I have to hit my gym sessions, schedule it out, put it somewhere where you're going to actually be able to see it on the mirror, right? When you go to the mirror in your bathroom, make sure you can see it, right? Big and clear, so that you can go and do it, right? So that you don't forget, so that you could be, I guess you could say, have this. You have to be your own biggest hype man, right? Like you got to be able to see yourself do these things and go out and do it, right? So like just put it somewhere where you could see it and it's like, all right, this is what I need to do for the week. This is what I want that's going to make me feel better for the week, and just go out and attack. Go out and attack, right? And then 4 and 5, right? 4, we have prepare your environment, right? And I really do think that what you see, what you have around you is a big mental space, right? It's a mental, it could lead to a mental block if you let it, right? So a clean space, right? Like fucking go clean your bed every morning, right? Like let that be one thing. Like if you're not already making your bed in the morning, or if you're not already cleaning the dishes before the night is over, right? Like these, if you don't do these things, these things actually lead you to have more of a mental burden and a mental energy drain, right? Because these things weren't supposed to be meant to drain you. You just let it drain you because now you wake up the next morning, right? You come back home to a messy bed. You come back home to a dirty house. How is that going to make you feel on top of the things that you already have to do, right? And if you have to do these things already, you kind of already put yourself in a position where you're going to fail, right? Because now you're just so drained. Now you have so much extra things to do, right? So clean workspace, right? Prep some food, man. Prep your food, buy your groceries, go out and do it. Today is the day to do it. Today is not the day to like chill out too much, right? Because tomorrow we have a week, right? So go out, prep your food, lay out your training gear for the week, right? Or for tomorrow morning, if you have to wake up in the morning, lay it out, lay it out. This is what I'm going to wear tomorrow morning. Therefore, you could actually go and attack without having to think, right? Guys, you don't want to think when you have to go out and do things, right? It's like, all right, if I have to go to the gym, right, in the morning, all right, let me get my clothes out the night before so that I don't have to think when I wake up of what I have to wear, because that mentally drains you. It's like, I gotta wear this, or I gotta find clothes. You lost already, right? You lost, right? And then the last thing, recalibrate mentally. I usually recalibrate at night, right? Like reduce my screen time. I really don't scroll too much, right? On top of that, I'll just put myself in a position where I either read or I journal, right? So that I could just be alone with myself, so I could reconnect with what I said here, reconnect with who I am becoming, reconnect with who you are becoming, right? Clarity and awareness comes from solitude, right? It comes from being alone with yourself without having to be so distracted by all the noise that we have. So the moment you are actually alone with your world, right? You're not lonely, you're alone, right? Purposely, intentionally, so that you could get better, so that you could actually make the week yours, right? Instead of being so focused on what everybody else is doing on social media. What is he doing? Maybe I should do this. No, focus on you. Do what's going to make you happy. Do what's going to make you and force you forward, right? Reduce the screen times. Stop doom scrolling, right? It's all nonsense, right? At the end of the day. So these are the 5 things that I do personally on every Sunday, or even sometimes I'll even have them throughout the week where I just do these occasionally, right, on most of my days. But today is a day where it's like a complete reset, where I just don't do much at all, right? But I reset my mind and I get my momentum going for the week ahead, so that I could actually burst like a skyrocket, right? So I hope you guys actually enjoy this. Save this if you guys want it, right? But hopefully this was something that helped you guys out moving forward. Let's get after it. It's February 1st, right? 2026, and we have a whole fucking year ahead of us, right? And if you have not started yet, right? Today is the day. Let's go out, kill it. Let's have a great fucking week. I'll see you guys. Peace.